Okay, so training has officially started for my 6th marathon, which is going to be the Tokyo Marathon in March next year. Things are going very well, and today I'm heading out for a long run. We've got 12 comfortable miles to do. So as it's my 6th marathon, I've got a little bit of experience under my belt. There are some things that have gone really well. So overall, I've managed to get my marathon time down from 4 hours and 33 minutes to 3 hours 30 that I ran in Berlin in September last year. However, there are some things that I still think I could improve on. So there are 3 kind of key things that I'm doing differently this training block. And on my long run today, I'm just going to talk through what those 3 things are, share why I'm doing them differently and what I think the impact's going to be. So I'm going to get my hydration pack together, get my gels, head out for this run, and yeah, let you know what I'm doing differently this time around. Okay, actually nearly 6 miles in, because it's so windy that I can't really do any filming to camera because I just don't think you'll be able to hear me. Anyway, so as I said, 2 weeks into the Tokyo Marathon training block. I'm not going to go into a huge detail around the block itself because I have already done a video about my training plan. So if you're interested in knowing how I got in, what my goal is for Tokyo and how I'm approaching that training block, I will link the video. It's on my Tokyo Marathon playlist. But a very brief update, only 2 weeks in out of 13, it's going well, ticked off all my sessions quite nicely. And yeah, to be fair, dare I say it, actually quite enjoying it. The purpose of today's video isn't really to talk about the training plan itself, more just some of the changes that I'm making. So I said there's kind of 3 core things that I've tweaked this time, and one of them is the structure and the timing of my sessions. So not necessarily the type, but just I'm focusing a lot more on when I'm doing them. So I had a bit of a bad habit in my last training block that I started to move things around and shuffle them. So for example, I might have a quite difficult tempo session or interval session planned on a Monday. On the Monday I'd be like, do you know what, I'm not massively feeling up for it today. I know, I'll do my easy miles today and do my interval session Tuesday. Now, although that doesn't have potentially huge repercussions, it definitely does have an impact. And the main impact it had for me was that I found myself some weeks that I would kind of accidentally bank all my training to one set point in the week. So for example, I'd leave all my tough runs and then I'd be doing them 3 days in a row, all at the weekend. So essentially a really tough run on a Wednesday and Thursday, and then going out and trying to do a long run on a Saturday. And it just wasn't working. And naturally, my training at some point is going to be compromised there because I'm not going to be able to do really good quality sessions on really tired legs. So within reason, I'm going to do my sessions on the day they are planned. I'm only 2 weeks in, but I've stuck to it. So the other thing I'm doing with my structure and timing of my sessions is I'm thinking about when in the day I'm doing them. So in the past, I've kind of just done them when I feel like. I usually prefer running in the morning, so that would probably usually be my standard. However, this is a winter training block. Some of the sessions I'm doing now are quite long, so I might have a 6-7 mile session. So to do that in the morning, in the kind of weather that we've got, but also in the dark, I need to walk my dog before work. There's various different factors that mean in the morning I'm not really managing it. Equally, if I want to get a really good quality session, sometimes the morning isn't right, because if I'm doing tough intervals, for example, I'm not fueled well enough. So I'm thinking more carefully about when in the day I'm doing them. Luckily, I don't have as many things going on over the next few months, so it just means that I can prioritise training a little bit more. When I was training for Berlin in September, I had holidays, so many social things that I just prioritised, but this time round I'm going to try and think a little bit more carefully, week in week, when are my sessions going to happen, what day are they happening, but also what time of the day are they happening. So yeah, that is the first thing that I'm doing differently. Seems to be working so far, but I will report back. Okay, so the second thing I'm doing differently is I am incorporating a little bit of treadmill running. Now, it's not my favourite, and to be honest, in the past I have really not enjoyed running on the treadmill, and it hasn't really been an option for me because I haven't had a gym membership for a couple of years. However, last year we invested in a treadmill. Me and my partner both run and we don't pay for gym membership, so instead of doing that, yeah, we bought a treadmill and I've never really used it. However, this time round I see it as a really good opportunity, not to replace the outdoor running, but kind of in line with what I was saying there before about winter training, the weather and it being dark, etc. Some of the sessions that I want to do, I have to do them when it's dark, and we'll also get to times where we're doing them when it might be icy or snowy, etc. We don't get crazy weather here in the UK, but let's be honest, we don't deal with it very well. So what I don't want to do is miss sessions because of the weather or because it's unsafe to do it in the dark. The paces of some of my sessions, I just wouldn't want to go out either early in the morning or late at night and be running the speed that I'm running. Not that it's crazy fast, but it's just not safe and you can't see to cross roads and you might run into people. So I won't be replacing runs and kind of purposefully choosing to go on the treadmill, but if I know I'm going to get a better quality session on the treadmill over doing it outdoors and potentially safer, I will be doing it. But I know it's quite a controversial topic. Some people love treadmills, some people are quite anti-treadmills, so I'm quite interested in people's thoughts. But yeah, I'm going to be introducing it on purpose because I do think it'll have a really positive impact, for me at least this time round. Right, I need to get the rest of this run done. It's really windy, not particularly enjoying it today if I'm honest, but we're over halfway now, so we will get it done. I'm back, I got it done, 12 miles. As I said, the first 6 miles actually weren't that nice. Quite windy, not massively enjoyable. We got there in the end. I'm freezing cold, so I'm gonna make a cup of tea and then have a shower. But I just wanna quickly talk through the third thing that I'm also changing this training block. I'm just gonna find somewhere to prop this camera up so I can make my cup of tea. Bear with me. Does that work? We're gonna go with that. So the other thing I'm gonna be thinking about a lot more in this training block is recovery. And although I kind of said this is one thing, there's different things that feed into this. So one is thinking more about generally sleep and recovery and rest. So I mentioned previously about the structure of my training, and when I was kind of banking it towards the end of the week, it was obviously having an impact on like rest days and recovery. So generally, I'm just going to think more about when and how I'm resting. I'm also going to be thinking more about fueling properly, making sure I'm eating enough food and eating enough carbs, enough protein. But also I'm taking a few different supplements this time around. So I'm taking magnesium in the evenings as well, hopefully to help with recovery of my legs. And also, apparently it's good for your sleep. So we're going with that. And the last thing that I'm going to be doing to hopefully improve my recovery is cutting down quite significantly on alcohol. So in my opinion, I don't drink excessively. However, I do have a couple of drinks at the weekend. People that follow me on Instagram and see a few more of my kind of day-to-day updates, I like a couple beers at the weekend. But sometimes that does mean that I can drink Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday night, which is gonna have an impact on sleep recovery, but also it's having an effect obviously on my training because I'm waking up and I'm not feeling as fresh as I would like, and I'm not able to smash my sessions. So I'm not gonna completely restrict myself. I'm gonna have a couple drinks some nights, probably on Saturday evenings after I've done my long run. But I have significantly cut down over the last 3 weeks and I'm going to continue to do so. Obviously with Christmas coming up, personally I'll find it a little bit harder, but in January and February, I think I'm going to pretty much cut it out altogether. Bar, like I say, maybe a drink or two on a Saturday. Already I'm just a few weeks in, but I'm not missing it that much and I'm enjoying waking up feeling fresh every day, ready to smash my training. I guess it just comes down to what do I want to do more? Do I want to have a drink on a Friday night or do I want to have a good training session on a Saturday morning? And in the words of Zach Bryan, small vices kill your big dreams. So I'm just going to give it a go and cut it out. I'm also very aware that, guys, I'm not an athlete. I'm literally just trying to cut my marathon time down a little bit. But I do want to get better. So I ran a 3:30 in Berlin and I'm aiming for a 3:20 in Tokyo in a few weeks. So I can't just keep doing what I've done before. I need to start doing different things. Hence why I'm making a few extra changes to what I've done in the past. And yeah, we'll see what happens and see if it actually makes a difference. For now, I'm absolutely bloody freezing. So I'm gonna go and have a shower, get ready for the rest of my afternoon. And ironically, I think I'm gonna go to the pub and have a beer. So yeah, slightly contradictory of all the things I've just been saying, but I've just done a long run and it's a Saturday. If you want to keep up with my Tokyo Marathon training, then please do subscribe and follow along. And I also do share much more regular updates on Instagram as well, so feel free to check that out too. Right, I'm gonna go warm up.